Write an equation of the best fit line for the data in each table. Name the correlation coefficient. Round to the nearest 10,000ths. Let x be the number of years since 2003. So what table are we looking at first? This table shows the number of goals of leading scorers for the Mustang girls hockey team. We have our years, 2003 to 2010. That is going to be our x-axis. Let x be the number of years since 2003. Our goals are going to be the y-axis. And so how do we write an equation of the best fit line for this data? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to turn on diagnostics. So let's get our calculator and press the on button right here. Then we're going to go to catalog by pressing second and then 0. See, there's a blue catalog label. Now we want to scroll down. You see here's a lot of options with A, but we want to go to D to diagnostic. So we could press the D key, which is right here. See that green D on the top right corner of this button? So we press the D key, it'll go to D. And then I could use my arrow key to go down to diagnostic on. Now that I'm on diagnostic on, I'm going to press enter and then enter again. So my diagnostic is on and I can get started. How do we write the equation for the regression line or the best fit line? Well, first we need to enter our data, and we do that by pressing stat, which is this key right here. Then go to edit. It's that first option that's already selected, so I'm going to press enter. And then we enter in our data here. Now you see I already entered in some data, so I'm going to delete it all. But we want to enter in our data in L1 and L2. L1 is going to be our x, L2 is going to be our y. And so L1 is going to be the number of years since 2003. So 2003, the number of years from 2003, if you're in 2003, is 0. So I'm going to use 0 for my first x value. Then 2004 is 1 year away from 2003. So I'm going to use 1 for 2004. 2005 is 2 years away from 2003, so I'm going to use 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and 7. Okay, so now we're going to go to our L2, and that's our y values. So we need to enter in our 30, 23, 41, 35, 31, 43, 33, and 45. So we have all of our x values entered in. We have all of our y values entered in. Now what do we need to do? We need the calculator to perform a linear regression algorithm. And how do we do that? We're going to press stat first, this key here. Press calc, which is this option there. We get to it by pressing the right arrow. Then we scroll down to linreg. But there's two linregs. There's linear regression ax plus b, and there's linear regression a plus bx. Be sure to select the first one. That's option number 4. I'll hit enter. Then I'm going to scroll down using the down arrow to calculate. Once I'm on calculate, I will press the enter button. And it has run the linear regression algorithm. And our A is 1.86904. Our B is 28.58333. And our R is 0.61424. What is our A? A is our slope. See this equation? Y equals AX plus B. A in this case is our slope. B is our y-intercept. And R is our correlation coefficient. If if you look down here. Slope is A, y-intercept is B, and the correlation coefficient is R. So what did this question ask for us to do? It asks us to write an equation of the best fit line for this data. We entered the data into the calculator. We ran the linear regression algorithm. This is the slope and the y-intercept for the best fit line for this data. And R, our correlation coefficient, is 0.64, which means the data points are close to the best fit line. So how do we write the equation of our line? We'll substitute 1.8. Hold on one second. We will substitute 1.869 for our slope, and we'll use 28.5833 for our y-intercept. So let's do that now. Y is equal to 1.869x plus our y-intercept is 28.583. And so it says here to round to the nearest 10 thousandths, but I'm going to go ahead and round to the nearest thousandths place. Okay, so that's that, and then we're going to go ahead and do it again for our second set of data here. All right, so how do we do that? Well, we enter in our data. We'll say stat, edit, it's on edit, and I'll hit enter. And now I'm going to delete all of the data in our L2 or our Y values. I don't need to delete the data in our L1 because the values are the same in both tables. So 2003 is going to be 0, 2004 is going to be 1, and so on. So let's go ahead and enter this data. 63, 44, 55, 63, 81, 85, 93, and 84. Double check that every row has a X value and a Y value, and they do. So from here, how do we run our linear regression algorithm? Well, it's right down here. Right? We'll press stat. We'll right click to calc. We'll scroll down to option 4, linear regression. We'll scroll down to calculate and hit enter. And this here is our slope, and this is our y-intercept. And our correlation coefficient is 0.8495. So this best line of fit is very close to the data. Let's go ahead and write down our equation of the best fit line. Y is equal to 5.952x plus 50.167. I rounded up on the thousandths digit. And that is our equation of the best fit lines for dataset 1 and dataset 2.